Denny Schaefer. He's an idiot.
Oh, hey, look at that, everybody. We are live. What do you have a quizzical look on your face?
I know,
dear?
because I'm like,
What?
well, I noticed last week on Instagram.
Oh, hey, look at that, everybody. Why is it playing us back? You got to go back to Instagram and mute that.
I know.
There we go. We unmuted that, so that made it weird. Okay, now we're ready to go. It is episode 42. 42.
Almost catching up in my age.
Yes, we are the Denron podcast. Denny, Sharon, Denron, Sharon, Denny, Denron. Anyway, hopefully you had an awesome weekend. You're ready to play along. You're ready to share our video. You're ready to help us take over the world. All right, before we say hello to our beautiful sponsor and tell you about all the 87 things that we're going to talk about today, Sharon has a question.
Yes, I have a question. Does anyone know where we could take a stack about that high of old cell phones that no longer are needed or work? We don't have the chargers for them. We need to destroy them.
Flip phones.
Basically. Flip phones, but old, like my old Samsung and,
Samsung.
iPods. There's a couple of iPods and an actual Apple one of the first.
Well, I think if you clear the iPod, you can actually sell those online if you care to. If you want to go through the hassle and the BS of that,
we don't have any chargers.
Well, you could sell it without a charger. I'm sure people have them. I don't know. My first thought is sledgehammer landfill. Okay, there you go.
Oh,
but I know
that's
not politically correct.
No, it's not.
But I say sledgehammer.
So if anyone knows
landfill.
Where we can take our old iPods and old cell phones to, whether recycle or whatever,
right?
Comment, please.
And don't say recycle days that different communities have, because they're so backed up and the lines are huge. And no, I don't love the planet that much. I'm sorry.
Now, wait a minute. Now, I took a bunch of old light bulbs, fluorescent ones, to the Monroe County. That's a well-oiled machine. I mean, when I pulled up and I was like hanging out on two side streets over, I was like, wow, this is going to take forever. Nope, well-oiled machine. So
well, maybe they take cell phones. Who knows? Also, if you watched any movies over the weekend and you can recommend them, put those in the comment section as well. I did not watch any movies this weekend. I was a little preoccupied and busy with the basketball
and my bad show.
And my Tigers kicking butt. I actually watched two bad Netflix shows. The David Letterman, this
You're gonna go into it right now.
Person Needs No Introduction with Caitlin Clark, turned it off. And the John Mulvaney, Do It Live, I turned that off too. I couldn't even get through his monologue. So anyway, but no movies for me.
Okay.
All right, sponsor time. Let's say hello and thank you to Glass City Staging and Design.
Hi, my name is Brittany. I am the owner of Glass City Staging and Design, where we specialize in helping sellers maximize the appeal and value of their homes to potential buyers. So what is home staging and why does it work? Well, to me, home staging is transforming a property to make it as attractive as possible to potential buyers. With the use of modern furniture, trendy decor, and a specific design plan, we're creating that welcoming feel and connection that buyers are really looking for when walking through your home. At Glass City Staging, we take a personalized approach to every home that we stage, carefully assessing each property to work with its existing features and create a look that's both stylish and functional. So if you're looking to sell your home in 2025 and want to ensure that it stands out in today's market, we would love to help you. You can book a free consultation through our website at www.glasscitystaging.com, or you can reach us by phone at 419-304-4822. Are you marketing your house to its home potential?
Ooh, are you? You know what I just noticed?
What?
Brittany and I both have a dimple chin.
A chin dimple?
Yeah.
Or a chin dimple? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, mine's not so prominent anymore. I think it's filled out, but back in the day,
Filled out.
Yeah.
It's filled out.
but I think that's funny. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
I hadn't noticed that before.
and just so you know, there's no drama with Glass City Staging. and
That's a
design.
shot at other stagers.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. No,
Just
get
one.
it?
Just one.
Staging, drama, stage drama. Get it?
Yeah, I get it. I
So
get it.
that wasn't for, anything other than that.
All right, we got some people saying howdy doody.
Sherry
Sherry from
the first one.
McCraver's
She's
first
gotta
one
get-
in.
Yeah,
What up, girl?
yeah. Terry.
Superfan Nurse Terry, who won a contest on my show on Friday specifically for her.
Oh.
Your name had to be Superfan Nurse Terry and be the first caller through to get tickets for Sawyer and Howard and
Okay.
whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, she's a Buckeye.
We're twinning.
We
We
are.
actually had these made from a friend of ours.
Pick it up. I'm going alone.
And I don't know if you can
It says
see.
Team Schaefer.
Which way am I going here?
You got to keep going. It says Team Schaefer. There it is.
Schaefer. Hashtag Team Schaefer.
Yep. For what was that? A euchre tournament we're in or
Yeah,
something?
pick it up. I'm going alone.
Yeah. Very cute.
So in Michigan colors. And Caroline, shout out to Caroline Lippert because she made them for us.
Nice. Hey, Kevin's got an idea on phones.
Kevin Webb. Hey, Kevin. I haven't seen you on here before.
Kevin, the mall. I'm
Um,
assuming we're talking Franklin Park because
Yeah, well, guess what? I went up online and looked, and they're
You pay
not
for
worth
'em.
anything. So
They're not?
a buck at the most, and yeah.
I'll take it.
So
We got
they-
like 8 phones. That's $8. If I was drinking, that'd be an IPA.
Salvation Army or other charities. Terry's very active this morning. We need podcast shirts. Tell him, Terry, because I keep saying we need to get DennyRadio shirts. Right there.
You're the designer. You're the social media person. Order them.
You keep
I'm-
saying you're going to reach out to somebody locally.
I keep forgetting.
Okay. Well,
So
yeah, Terry's saying thank you for the.
need to send myself an email.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Oh, let's see here.
Kevin says he's been on a
Oh.
few times.
Usually
Usually
quiet.
quiet because I play. in the
Quiet
back.
and Kevin Webb in one sentence. I'm just kidding.
Anyway, he plays in the background while driving. Quiet because, okay, thank you.
Hypnosis.
Hypnosis, Kathy Cromwell. What is that?
What does my nose have to do with anything, Kathy?
Hypnosis. What is she talking about? Cell phones?
Frogtown teas. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I know it's Frogtown Teas. I just haven't called over there.
Yeah.
I just keep forgetting to call.
Kathy, what do you mean by hypnosis?
I don't know what that is, Kathy. All right. I'm a little sad, a little disgruntled today, but I mean, it was a great weekend. We did a lot of outdoorsy stuff, but Detroit basketball gave it away. Of course, the refs didn't help. She says jute mode for t-shirts. That's what Kathy said.
Okay.
Jute mode in voice to text came up hypnosis.
That is funny.
That is so. This is why I will never drive a car that is driverless, that is run by a computer, because AI can't even get that right. Okay, moving along. Very sad. Pistons yesterday, we watched it after a ton of yard work, and then we went back and did more yard work. The Pistons, their turnovers, hosed them. And then Hardaway Jr. was absolutely fouled at the end. Pistons were down by 1. And this is the part that hurts. The refs after the game are like, oh yeah, our bad. We should have called it.
They
We didn't
did?
call it. It was a foul. He should have been put on the line for 3 stinking shots. The Pistons are down by 1. All he had to do is make 1 out of 3 to go to OT. Hits 2 out of 3. Boom. Pistons 2-2. Series is still alive. It's still happening, but nope. Detroit basketball is over on Tuesday night for this year because
you
they go
never
back to New
know.
York. I know I never know.
Although they
But
are in New York.
They're such a young team, and Spike Lee, the little munchkin, is annoying
He is.
at the Piston
He
games.
acts like he's a coach.
And, whatever. So the Den Man's a little down in the dumps today because, I mean, it's one thing when you lose. And yes, I know they're a young team. And, well, the next year they'll be better. I get that. They gotta, go through the growing pains to get to a championship caliber. I get that.
So,
But it hurts when they don't play with the intensity last night, the last 2 games that they did the first 2 games.
mhm.
The intensity, the first 2 games, was amazing. And one was on the road in New York, game 1. And then game 2, they won. And then the last 2 games, no intensity and turnovers and lackadaisical. And Cade Cunningham, as good as he is, turnovers. I'm like, dude, what is going on? And then to get hosed by the refs.
However,
here she comes. The however girl.
They did have an amazing run when the Knicks were stuck on 52 forever.
Yep.
They had like 39 points to what, 12 or something of the Knicks.
Pistons had a great third quarter.
And even during halftime, the Stephen A. and the other two were talking about how, despite like how many faults the Pistons had, it was still only a 7-point game at that point.
But they wrote the Pistons off. They said Stephen A. back to clinching it on Tuesday in New York. Whatever, Stephen A. Why don't you go run for president? So anyway, I'm a little sad about all of that, but all in all, great weekend because we spent a lot of it outdoors.
Beautiful out.
And we went to Home Depot twice and Lowe's twice. I can't ever go. Well, I just said Lowe's because I didn't want to confuse people by saying whatever. I had to go back and get more dirt. Mulch on Saturday, and it has to be brown mulch, can't be black. Because I think our HOA's racist. Anyway, it's got to be brown mulch. And then we did the whole dirt thing because I know you're going, Denny, didn't you guys move into condos so you didn't have to do yard work? Yes. Well, then why are you doing yard work? Well, that's because
I guess you're having a podcast to yourself.
We took out 4 trees. So we took them out and then we had to.
We took out 4 trees.
I did say we.
What are you, hitchhiking?
No, I didn't spearhead that one. I never would have taken them out so quickly, but you wanted them out.
Dude,
so we did it.
I love the fact that they're out because there's so much more sun. There were 2 huge pine trees.
Yep.
How many feet tall? Right
1,000 feet tall.
Right up alongside of the broken cement patio. And then we took out the 2 trees and it was just like the entire condo was full of sunlight now. It's beautiful.
She's
and
right.
Everybody is commenting and loves the fact that we did that because,
it looks good. But what it did was create a bunch of dirt and tree roots and blah, blah, blah. So
uneven ground. So
we had to rake it and get all the garbage out of there, all the chunks of tree limb and rock.
Wood and rock.
And then we had to put in some topsoil. And for the record, Tractor Supply's topsoil, so much better than Home Depot's topsoil or Lowe's.
I think it depends.
For the record.
I think it depends on what you spend on it. But yeah, I mean, it was a rich brown. It had some fertilizer in it, as we could attest to. But the other stuff was just kind of like a clayish, gloppy, whatever.
Gloppy. So Saturday was mulch day and Sunday was topsoil day.
But mulch day only took us 30 minutes. You were bringing me the bags. I was tearing them open and spreading out the mulch, and we did the whole side of the condo in less than 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, mulch is wonderful because it's light and it's so easy to do. The topsoil, not so much.
But the fact that we spent how much on all of it?
Oh, a couple $100 on the dirt.
No, a couple hundred.
Yeah,
mulch was only $2 a bag.
When you put in the mulch, the dirt, the grass seed, it's probably going to be about $200, not counting our labor.
But we would have spent $500 to have it done or something like that.
Probably. So, we're on a fixed income. But I mean, we dropped $158 at Kroger today. It's like,
well, that's because I haven't been there for well over a week. And you know what? I don't know about you guys,
Slacker.
But if I want to have an abundance of good snacks in our house. Like last night, Denny made hot dogs for dinner.
Yeah, Denman made dinner. Hot dogs. My famous hot dog burrito. We don't have any buns, and neither of us wanted to go to Kroger.
I had him been to Kroger.
So
I'm outside slaving.
So all we have is those giant tortillas. So I cut them in half, heated them up, took some hot dogs, rolled them up. Boom.
It was a hot dog wrap.
It was a hot dog wrap. It was beautiful. It worked perfectly. It had some chips.
Give your face ideal hot dog.
That's right. Sat Tony Pacos. You can suck it. And then we sit out on our new to us patio furniture Beautiful, warmed out sunshine. It was awesome. Had a hot dog.
New cushions for your tush.
Oh yeah, new cushions. Those came in.
Oh my gosh,
So,
I think I'm so tired. I am.
all of a sudden, my
so
weekend,
tired.
my weekend is so much better now that I'm thinking about all the fun stuff besides the Pistons getting hosed. Anyway,
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
anyway,
sorry.
it was fun, and I almost caved and had a beer, but I didn't.
Oh.
I did have a cigar or two
Okay.
over the weekend, but
Okay.
nothing like before. Just so you know, but no alcohol.
One
of us.
Oh, Kathy Cromwell. She made homemade hamburger buns. How is that even
Wow.
possible?
I don't know. She used some kind of breading and
Holly
whatever.
is saying happy Monday.
Happy Monday, Holly.
Kathy, let us know how you made those homemade.
Send a
hamburger
couple our
buns.
way, will you?
Yeah.
Because I have some burgers in the freezer from St. Mary's Meats that I was going to bring those out, but I went for the hot dogs. Anyway.
Well, so I ran to Kroger this morning, and I want to love Kroger, but so I kind of have a cart full because I haven't been there for a while, and like I said, I like a good snack. Like last night after your hot dog dinner, I'm laying in bed by 7:00 watching TV, and by 8:00 I wanted a snack, but we didn't have anything good.
What
so
kind
I
of snacks
couldn't.
are we looking for? We had chips. We got
I don't
those
want just
garlic
potato
thins.
chips.
We got
I
the garlic
wanted-
thins. Hold on, with the hummus. We got that.
That hummus was old.
Oh, okay. Well, it's still in the
Expired.
fridge. I still eat it.
Well, okay.
No
Anyway,
wonder I'm feeling weird.
So anyway, I just wanted a good snack, and I just, I mean, I can only make popcorn so many times, but anyway.
Well, look who's next to you. Good snack,
So-
Denny.
So, what is?
She always ignores my perverted comments.
Food is I'm just
so
used to
expensive.
it. I'm embarrassed by them.
No, you're
Food
not.
is so expensive, especially healthy foods. Yeah, but I keep telling myself worth it and better than being in the hospital.
Well, yeah. The food that you're,
Lettuce wraps. Yep, lettuce wraps are delish.
but they're very boring. Lettuce
Kathy.
wraps, very boring.
I don't think so. But-
In my opinion, I'm just saying.
Okay. So anyways, Kroger.
Kroger.
So I get up to the checkout. There's only one person working a checkout. Half of the one down by the depositors they're all closed. And so there's the self-help ones, and then there's the conveyor belt, ones or whatever. So I'm like, well, I'm going to do that one. So there's one employee walking around with, helping people, whatever. No one there to help bag. So all of our stuff is backing up, and not once, but twice. I had to go find her to come and reset because the conveyor belt, and I even push stuff down.
Mm.
And so anyways, I had to go get her twice to unstuck me. And I'm bagging my things. And all of a sudden I look over, and there's a guy the next lane over with a small cart, barely full. She's helping him. I'm like, what?
Guys are inept. Was it the woman who's like 100 years old? It reminds you of Tim Conway and Mr. Tuttle or whatever his name was.
But I love her.
She's like 100 years old. By the way, did you say the suppositor line?
Depositor.
Oh, I thought you said suppositor. I'm like, ooh,
No.
suppositories.
No.
Coming up with a new line.
No.
Anyway,
So anyway, I just don't get grocery stores anymore. If they just can't find people to work, or they just budget cuts.
no, it's technology. They're phasing out as many employees as possible because they're trying to make as much money as they
That's
can.
what I'm saying. It's about money.
Well, yeah.
But they're not even thinking about their customer.
No.
I mean,
But
I really miss it. I mean, like Sodders, old fashioned Sodders in Sylvania,
It's still there.
No, I know. They I believe still have young baggers at the end of, it's kind of like self-help gas stations back in the day. It's I kind of miss that stuff.
Yeah.
The prices of groceries have increased, and yet here we are.
Well, if you went to Sodders and bought the same stuff you bought today at Kroger, tack on another $30-$40 because it's going to be more expensive to pay for that. Just saying.
I don't even know how that's possible.
It's possible. It's possible.
So you mean to tell me that they add on cost to every grocery item to pay for their baggers?
Correct. To
How
cover.
can they do that?
That's
Isn't
what
it
business
state
is.
law?
No, businesses can charge for whatever they want. And then we as the consumers decide if we're going to shop there or not. No, the bottom line is to make money. But Kroger's lost their way. So is Walmart. So is all of them. Because all they when we're doing our own self-checkout, you should get a percentage off for checking out your own. Maybe it's a 0.5%, whatever. You should get a little percentage off because you went through the checkout. But they don't do that. But somebody will get smart and they'll do that. And guess what? People will flock there. Just saying. Anyway.
Well, okay. So before we get to
our discussion,
talking about our plant that we briefed on Friday. Yeah. And here is actually today's topic, people. So you want to read that?
Something that women think is embarrassing, but men don't actually care about.
That's today's topic. So please participate in the comments section. So I drove to Ann Arbor on Friday afternoon and took Josh out for lunch. We drove into downtown and we parked and then we walked, checking out different restaurants and stuff like that. We sat outside and had a nice brunch, and then we walked around and shopped, and I saw a comic book store because unbeknownst to me, when my sister passed away, she had taken or kept our entire Archie book collection from all the years of when we would take our 2-week family vacation up at the cottage. And, we would prepare, my mom and all of us would prepare for that. And we always got to get new comic books or new coloring books and new crayon. I mean, it was like a big deal.
You guys are rich. I never had a comic book in my life.
So it's a plastic bin and a box full of all the old retro Archie comic books and the little Archie digest. So anyway, so I see this comic book store and I said to Josh, I'm like, I wonder if they would be interested in looking through the collection and purchasing it because they're collectibles.
Yeah.
For people that want them. And he goes, I don't know, but we can go in there. So anyway, so we did a loop around on these shops, and I love shopping with that kid because he's always been my shopping buddy. So we go in, and I am here to say, I walked to the back of that store and I said to Josh, this is not the kind of comic book shop that I grew up with.
Well, yeah, in the 70s.
Well, and this is what he said to me. Well, Mom, what you have might be found in the basement because there was a whole basement level and that's where all
Archie is.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
But Archie
when I went over to the little Archie thing, it wasn't the Archie I have. It was like a Archie from, I don't know, the 90s maybe. It's a total different font and everything. So I don't even know if it's Veronica and Jughead and all of that, but
don't know.
Betty. But anyways, every single comic book was anime, adult, gruesome, death, you name it. I walked through there. I was like, I don't know if the word would be appalled. I was stunned. Stunned might be a better word.
Stunned's a great word.
Stunned by what is put out now.
Yeah.
And comic books.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
It's like cartoon porn.
Yeah, no, I mean, really, that's what it was.
That's what it is.
The entire first floor. And then we went downstairs, and then that's where no one was down there, of course, because everybody was upstairs looking at the
cartoon porn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
there you go.
But
so you never found out if they were interested in the Archie comics.
I wasn't even gonna.
I would say, where are they? Are they here at the house?
Yeah.
Take a picture of one of them and put it up and say, hey, is this worth anything to anybody? And see what the internet says.
On Facebook. Well, the thing is on Facebook Marketplace, like I won't ship because I feel like that's a whole can of worms that can get ugly. Well, I never got the product, so now
right.
You owe me back
my
just money.
Do it local. Do it local.
That's what I've always done, but then you kind of limit your audience.
Did I ever tell you the time I shipped my pants? Very embarrassing. There's a comic store on Secor Road.
Comics.
It's just east of Secor Road, down by the pot dispensary, just past it. So people
get pot and then they go in the comic stores.
Yep, and then they get so wasted.
I mean, I've looked, and the other thing is like I have like Barbie stuff, that, but I mean, I know like Mommy Antique Mall and some people have them in there, but they're only worth what someone's going to pay if they want them. So
that's
I
it.
don't know.
All collectors.
Yeah.
By the way, you don't want to read Tommy's comment. So you know.
Okay.
Tommy Atwell.
All right. So Friday we talked about moving a plant that was born and raised in Atlanta.
And is anybody out there watching or listening or whatever? Do you name your plants?
Yes.
She does.
Of course people do.
Okay.
Haven't you seen Little Shop of Horrors?
I have, but
Audrey. Too.
oh, okay.
People.
A movie.
Anyway, so when we downsized in Atlanta, we bought a fixer-upper and we did the landscape and all of that. And I bought this hosta down there just at one of the local random Lowe's or whatever. And we then moved down to New Orleans. So we rented that house forever. And then I went back to the house to get the rent, whatever, in between renters. And this plant was huge. So here is a picture of this hosta. This was the original.
Is that in Atlanta?
This is in 2015. Yes.
Well, no, we didn't live in Atlanta in 2015.
No, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So then I'm like, you can see the other one next to it that wasn't as big, but this thing was just taken off, and it's kind of like a bluish green tint to the leaves. So here's awkward Josh.
That's hilarious.
He was like, what, 12?
I don't know what year. Oh, 2015.
This is 2015.
So, yeah, he was 12.
Yeah. So I guess I planted that hosta in 2010.
You put it I don't remember it ever being in a planter.
So when I went down and I said, I'm taking this plant with me, I dug it out in Atlanta and I was pulling on it so hard, I fell backwards right on my butt to get it out of the ground. And I bought that big pot at the Lowe's or Home Depot right by our old house in Atlanta. I put it in there and it was heavy then. And I put it around the back deck for you, Brian, and Steve to bring up here.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So you guys brought it in. So this was in 2015. So Josh, so there we go. So this was her at our old house.
That is just so huge.
And we thought she was 60. She was actually 7 feet across. That's how big
we measured her.
Had gotten. Yep. There's kind of a picture of how big the leaves are with
my
Love
hands. Your nails.
And
that engagement ring or that wedding ring, someone was really love you.
So, and then this is.
What the heck is that?
Gray.
The cat eye?
Yeah.
He was hiding in there?
It was so big that he could actually fit under it. Yeah. So that's her. And then so when we went to move, because everyone that came to our house would comment, people would come.
Thing is huge.
At Halloween or my garage sales or whatever and make comments about her.
Oh, I feel it. Salzy.
Yeah. It took so Salzy worked an hour to get around her. And then Eric and
we should probably. Oh, it might be a room snow. I feel it.
Anyways, and then here she is now. So there you go.
But here's the thing: within 5 days, the sprouts or whatever those are went from like little nubs to like over a foot. It's unbelievable. I mean, sunshine and God doing his thing. It is really cool.
Water.
So this plant is now. Stay tuned because in a month. We'll give you an update on how big that sucker is. And I guarantee you it's going to be huge.
Eric says absolutely. He's watching on Instagram.
Coach,
yeah.
Get ready. He's got his surgery on Thursday. Pints and prayers for Super Coach. He's getting his shoulder operated on. He's out for the entire golf season.
Kathy says she gets it. She has a 25-year-old lemon tree. So she keeps it in her living room until summertime and then probably puts it out on her.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
There you go.
Put up Tommy's.
Well, are we officially on the?
No, we don't have to.
Women think is that an oxymoron? I told you he hates women.
No, he's just being funny.
Well, I'm not laughing.
He has a beautiful wife that I know he adores, and he's just being funny.
Oh.
It's that Southern humor.
All right.
So there you go. What is this here? Why are we doing this? Why are we showing me? What is that from?
That was from
Saturday.
That
was Saturday night.
Yeah.
That's
I don't think you have enough Michigan stuff though.
that's a cigar that I had. Look at them legs. I'm looking sexy. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, I had a cigar because we got rained out on Friday at the golf course. So we played 2 holes. I was even par, of course, and then the rains came. So me and Super Cooch and
But that was Saturday night.
I know Friday, but I'm saying I didn't have my cigars on the golf course, so I had the one that I was going to have on the golf course on Friday, I had on Saturday. Anyway, so there you go.
All right.
You're always taking pictures of me, and I don't know if that's legal. I have a legal team. Anyway, so there you go.
So here's the topic: something that women think is embarrassing, but men don't actually care about.
All right, why don't I give the ones that that Reddit has, and then you comment on every one as a woman.
Okay. Well, I just thought it was funny that the one comment was someone said you'd really be surprised at how much men don't even notice.
We don't notice. We don't notice, and we don't care.
I mean, you do and you don't.
Not really. Okay. People seeing your house not being perfectly cleaned. Don't give a rip.
Now, I know 2 of your male friends that might dispute that.
Okay,
Eric and Steve Kiker.
Okay, maybe that's fine. Well, Kiker is a clean freak. Okay. He has woman tendencies, and one of them is a clean house. Me, I don't care. As long as there's not mushrooms growing in the bathroom shower, I'm good. I'm not. I mean, if there's like rolls of dust bunnies and we're having people over to the house or somebody who hasn't been over to our house before, then yeah, I'll pick up a little bit, but you and all the dusting and all that. But anyway, your thoughts. I ask the questions, you respond. People seeing your house not being perfectly clean.
I used to be that way. Back in the day, like back when I was in the midst of raising the kids,
That would be we raising the kids.
No, but I just mean
boys.
Yeah, no.
I and team.
Oh yes, there is. I have a picture of that one. Anyway, it was in the phase of really just being a stay-at-home mom. Let me say that before I started working outside the house.
Well, yeah, you were tired.
But yeah, so I mean, I liked it to be, clean. Now, I don't care. My priorities have changed.
Okay.
So, and Eric says, I absolutely don't care what people think of my kept or unkempt house.
Yeah. So why'd you say Eric?
Well, because I thought he was kind of a clean
Super
freak.
Cooch?
Yeah.
No.
Hold on. We got someone playing.
Who's playing? Belly Fat.
Donna Kane, Belly Fat. Yeah.
That's women think it's embarrassing. Men don't actually care about that. I would agree with that.
Oh, wait. You say men don't care about belly fat?
I don't care about yours.
Okay.
There you go.
I don't have any.
If you had some, I wouldn't care about it. Anyway. Okay. Something women think's embarrassing. Men don't care about. Sneezing naturally. A lot of women hold their sneezes in. I don't think I've seen you do that very often.
Well, if I hold my sneeze in, something else coming out.
Well, that's the next one.
Because think about it. There's on women.
There's a lot of pressure.
3 things can happen at once when you sneeze.
I know.
So,
and I've heard many times where you have sneezed and you're like, oh, crap. I just peed a little. And then you got to go take care of that.
I did not want all my personnel stuff to come out on the air.
Hey, moms. Can you relate? Moms, you had children. You can relate. Everybody knows that.
Dude, boundaries.
Everybody knows that. It's it's normal, honey. You're not normal, but that is. There you go. Farts and burps. Women think they're embarrassing. Men think they're hilarious. Well, not burps. Burps are gross. Farts, always funny. Here's another one.
Why? Well, hold on a minute. Why? Give me that reasoning.
What? Burps?
Burps to you are gross, but farts are funny.
Farts are funny. Yes. It's the sound. It's just the sound of a fart. And if you would let me have my drops up, I'd be firing them at you right now, but you won't let me. Because she runs the podcast. She's the producer. I'm I'm the eye candy. Anyway, burps are controllable mostly. And I think some people do it for attention, whatever. And some of them, the ones that sound like they're they're acidy, like they're really guttural, they're just gross and they're not funny. Now,
well, I don't think people mean for them to be funny. I think sometimes what are you supposed to do? Suppress that?
Yeah.
You can't suppress a burp.
I can.
You can. Well, then you're God. How?
No, I can. You can burp with your mouth closed. And it's in your mouth.
Better out than in.
That's what Shrek says. And his wife. Anyway, but farts are always funny. If you had a pastor who's delivering the message, if let's say Sammy at Soma is delivering a message and all of a sudden he inadvertently burps, some people will crack up, but a lot will be like, but if he's doing a message and all of a sudden he rips one, the whole place is going to be in hysterics. Just because farts are funny and burps are not. So there you go.
All right, hold on a minute. Let's look at
Hey.
Women sneeze like cats. See?
They do.
Another slam toward women.
No, it's true.
All women are like that. JS, just saying.
True.
Craig, all women are like what, Craig?
If they sneeze too hard or laugh too hard, they pee because they can't control it because of children.
My sense of humor.
Lodo Joe. Mr. Methane. Funny. He could fart on command.
Methane.
Play music. Mr. Methane. That's what he goes by. I don't even know if that dude's still alive. Yin Anthony Yin.
Daughter. That's so sweet. I would love to clean for my daughter, but I'm not allowed to have a key to her apartment. So she's missing out.
Yeah. There you go. All right. You want some more or not? Things that women find embarrassing, men don't care about.
What about destroying the bathroom?
Doesn't bother me. Does it embarrass you?
Well, yeah, of course. No woman wants to, destroy the bathroom. It's like even like when you're dating or let's just say dating. When you're dating, I mean, that's embarrassing to a woman, I think.
Okay, so the first year we dated, she didn't fart. She didn't fart.
Because I was raised not to.
Okay, that's fine. Well, not everything that you were taught from your parents was right. Farting is natural. And the first time you fart, I made a huge deal out of it. And then from then on,
because it was slipped out.
She didn't suppress. Yeah, she was. We were at your old house.
I still don't do it.
We were at your old house. And okay, hold up the false thing. Lies.
I don't. I mean, like I purposely don't sit around and just let them fly.
Well, no, but if you got one, let it go. Because you always get a reaction out of me. Always, I'll either crack up or go, "Good one." You're
such a guy.
Well, what do you want? What do you want? Somebody who's not such a guy? Because you wouldn't be married to him.
No, but when we dated and we were in Indiana and you
destroyed the bathroom, they didn't have a fan.
And we were gone for an hour and came back and I went to go in the bathroom and this this monster came out and assaulted me.
What can I say? I'm special in every way, including that way.
Oh my gosh. Eric is having his own show on Instagram.
Is he?
Kathy rips him like a boss.
Nice. That's Super Cooch's wife, Kathy. I'm sure she's excited that her husband is.
Yes.
She's probably working.
Their husband's bad or dad jokes.
What?
Eric saying their husband's bad jokes or their dad jokes.
Okay.
Are embarrassing.
Not if they're funny.
Well, maybe his bad jokes are embarrassing. Kathy.
Cooch has got way too many jokes. Most of them are lame.
Way too many words.
But every now and then.
Oh my gosh. Why is this turning into a woman
My wife always checks for wet underwear after. There you go, Craig. That's it. It's not a hating. It's just natural. Sharon, darling, bless your heart. I do hate women. I'm just amazed at their indifference.
Oh, you do hate women.
So it says I do hate women. No, Tommy, I think you forgot the word not.
Nope.
I do not.
Right there. It's in plain English, people, right there.
No, he's all right. Put his comment back up there.
Oh.
Because that's
he do.
I am just amazed at their differences. Okay. That is a whole nother discussion.
We'll do that.
because
we're going to do that. And we're going to do a Schaefer versus Schaefer Name That Tune podcast.
I'll crush you.
Someday.
Well, who's going to put it together? Because
we got to figure that part out.
Okay. Men are basically idiots. Okay. We've been idiots from day one, and we will till they put us in the ground or cremate us like I'm doing. Women are so complex and so different from woman to woman, but guys are basically the same. Okay. Not. He put it in 3 times. Stinking voice to text. Anyway, so that'd be a fun discussion. All right. What about driver's license photo? It's a big deal to you because I know you've made a big deal about it before.
Oh, no, I don't care. I'm not embarrassed by it.
Well,
no one sees
it. Matters. Basically, embarrassed or matters.
I still have my picture from when we moved here from New Orleans. So
well, it's because you didn't have to switch it.
I know. So
well, no, you had to switch it when you got to Michigan, but you haven't had to switch it in the last 11 years we've been here.
I know, because they offered the
which is awesome, by the way. Re-wearing the same outfit. Things that bother women. Men don't give a rip. No? How about being at a party wearing the same outfit as somebody else?
I wear the same pair of jeans almost every day.
You wear what's comfortable, man.
It's the only one I fit into.
You wear what's comfortable. What about being at a party, somebody wearing the same outfit as you?
That doesn't bother me.
Okay. How about an acne flare-up? A bad one. Like one raging pimple, like right there, everybody, or right on your cheek, and everybody's staring at it.
This is me that has the
This is women in general. We're saying women in general. You're speaking for your gender.
I don't, first of all, I never had acne, so I can't answer that one. And I mean, I might have had one pimple or whatever back in the day, but I mean, by the grace of God, my skin's always been
okay.
Good. Hold on.
What about scars, stretch marks, or cellulite?
Hold on a minute. Let's see here. Let Sharon do a show by herself.
Okay.
Why are you saying that, Tommy?
Because you can do it.
Hello to you both, Lynn.
Hello, Lynn Chickawalas.
My ready
I've never seen that name before.
Yeah, she's been up.
How do you say that? Chickawalas?
I don't know. We can't call her to ask her.
I don't know. Lynn?
My ready underwear. Okay.
Hello, Joe.
Terry. Okay. She can't participate.
All right. Well, thank you, Terry. How about scars, stretch marks, or cellulite? Things that embarrass women, men don't give a rip about.
Scars. That doesn't offend me. I mean, because sometimes scars are the result or a memorial of a battle. Maybe someone's fought. Cellulite. Yeah, I could do without that.
Okay.
And I think that that's more maybe hereditary, but also food related, diet related, cellulite. I mean, I can't say for sure, but I'm assuming.
There are babies that have cellulite. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, but it's cute on babies.
It is cute on babies, but other people, not so much. Unless if they're wearing like a thong on the beach, but I don't ever go to the beach, so I don't see that. But back in the day, people would wear thongs and they'd have cellulite, and I'm just like, okay, you have great confidence in yourself. You go, girl or guy. Tummy pouches or bellies in general. Somebody brought that up.
Yeah.
Eating a lot, finishing your plate. Also eating in front of people in certain cases.
I think that for women more than men, especially in that when you're younger and dating phase and stuff, women are more apt to be very choosy of what they eat in front of their date. Maybe. Hypothetical,
I knew this couple. It was early on when they were dating, within like the first month, and they went to a place like, let's say, Ralphie's, and then it came time for dessert, and the server came by and said, "Would you like some dessert?" And the girl ordered their brownie fudge ice cream cake thing, and the dude she was dating early on, like a month, and he said, "Oh, can you bring 2 spoons?" And the girl goes, "Oh no, I don't share my dessert. Get your own." And the guy was like, wow. Okay. Should have been a red flag, but wasn't. Anyway.
You knew this couple?
I did. Very intimately. Anyway.
Girl after my own heart.
Audible toilet blasts when crazy noises come out of the bathroom. Again, I think it's funny.
Well, not okay. Hold on. What if you're at someone's house and the bathroom is right off the kitchen where everybody is, and you have explosive
diarrhea
or something?
Oh man, if it's like friends of mine and stuff, I just walk out and go. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Gosh.
Anyway, going to celebrations without gifts for the hosts. Okay. And the last one is small boobs, asymmetrical boobs, or sagging breasts.
Who's that embarrassing for?
It says women. That's something women find embarrassing or it bothers them, and men don't actually care. Most men just want access. There you go. That's all I got.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I really it's mainly like probably body noises, smells. Well, you didn't touch on the whole menstrual. I mean, that was all through the article.
Oh, I didn't see that part.
Almost every answer, like so many of the answers were about embarrassing to women, and
oh
men
yeah, that's
don't.
why I passed over, because I was talking about not having a tampon, and I'm just like, no, I'll let you cover that.
Well, just like stainage, whatever.
All right, what else you got on this one?
No,
before we run the
I
video?
really don't. I mean, I had just a couple. Well, the trip to Indiana, there was a time when I dated some guy and we went to end Japanese, and then all of a sudden it took over me and I had to ask him to use their bathroom, and I did, and I sprayed and courtesy I mean, I but
right.
And an hour later,
you can still smell it.
He goes into that bathroom. He never said a word until like a couple dates later. He's like, I walk out. I was like, I was mortified.
I would have said something as soon as I came out. Nice work. I'd have high-fived you. High five. You destroyed it. Good work. Yes.
Oh, anyway.
That's healthy right there.
So I don't think I ever went.
We were just talking about it in Japanese. Who was it?
Don't go there on a first date, people.
I don't remember what it was, but man, that place was awesome. You're the one who turned me on to that place. That's where you took all your dates.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah, that place was good, but it's out of business now, right? Pretty sure. Yeah, I don't think it's there anymore.
Wait. Oh, I'm thinking
Savannah.
of Sakura.
No, that's where we go now in place of that. Sakura.
Wait, didn't it go in a strip mall somewhere?
It was over there by Magic.
Oh, where the bingo hall is.
Wherever.
In Savannah.
Yeah.
Good times.
Anywho, there you go. Anything else? What do you got?
No, I mean, we were going to talk a little bit about movies. We asked people
if you want to slide it in. We're at 47 minutes.
I know. So we've watched actually a couple different movies over the last few weeks. One it's called Race.
Very good.
A movie about Jesse Owens from the 1936 Berlin Games, where
learned
he won
a lot.
4 gold medals.
Learned a lot, and I always check it out after how much is true, and the stuff that you learn was actually true.
That was such a great. It's a biography.
Yeah.
Right.
Very well done.
Yeah. I also watched Because I Said So, which was Diane Keaton, Mandy Moore, and Gabriel Macht from Suits.
Okay.
When he was first starting out. And then I watched, and this was based out of Defiance, Ohio from 2005, The Prize Winner of Defiance. And it was based on a true story with Woody Harrelson and Julianne Moore, Lauren Dern, where they had 9 kids, and she started writing commercial jingles and was winning. And the husband had a drinking problem and all of that. So he would spend all the winnings, but she won major money and supported their family of 11 because he was in a job he hated. It's a really good movie. They talk about Toledo. She won like $200 out of the Toledo Blade. And
oh wow, I think I've read parts of that story. Now that would be one that interests me that I'd probably watch.
I mean, and Woody Harrelson, Julianne Moore, and Laura Dern. So and then I watched, based on a recommendation from somebody, that kids influencer show on Netflix.
Didn't watch it.
It's kind of sad and eye-opening at the same time.
Okay.
So anyway,
there you go. I didn't see anybody put any movies up, but you can always do that after the fact as well.
Okay. Funny video time.
And
then we out. Here we go. This is keeping with the
My reaction, because you couldn't hear it. Ah! That was awesome. Play it again.
That's some terrible
acting, but end result is awesome. Then he dropped something. Anyway, so she needed that for an excuse to tell her boss she couldn't come in. She had to take care of him.
Well, I think people fake this stuff too. They just
maybe
they make it up and they fake it.
Again, farts are funny. I didn't think it was funny till he lays on the ground and rips. Then it's funny. There you go. I proved my own theory. All right, good stuff. All right, Wednesday, we'll be on at noon. Be very special. Spend noon with us. We don't know what we're
It'll
doing.
probably be something men and women-ish.
Well, you're working on one about menopause, which I think is kind of important because I think that information is important for women. And I know you'll get a lot of reaction with that. And it's good info for us men. So you're working on that. Plus, we had a couple other ones that I don't remember that we were talking about when we were driving out to Port Clinton.
Yeah. Well, women in menopause, there's like 70 different symptoms and things that happen to our bodies during menopause.
Well, you shouldn't have eaten the apple.
Well, anyway.
Just saying.
Terry, yes, the life list. That was one I recommended a couple of weeks ago.
The bucket
that's
list?
the life list. It's a delightful movie. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then prize winner of Defiance, Ohio. My favorite book, says Christy.
All right.
So there you go.
Thank you, Christy.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Glass City Staging and Design. Brittany.
Thank you, Brittany, for the month of April again.
You're awesome.
Call her for your home staging and decor needs, people. All right. See y'all Wednesday.
Denny Shafer. He's an idiot.